Well, good morning. This is Traveling Mike, and we are off on our first long road trip with the new Model S. So we're going from Central Texas up to Southern Colorado, and come along. We'll check out the superchargers along the way, see if there's anything interesting. And I know where we're going, they're not going to have a supercharger, so we're going to try out the new CCS adapter I have to charge up when we get there. So come along and see what we find on the way. I charged the car up overnight to 100%, and that's still reading 405 miles. So we shouldn't have to stop as long at charging points for a while, so that'll work out pretty well.
Turn right onto West Austin Avenue.
Here we are in Clyde. The sun's just come up, and we're going to plug in here. All right, we got 42% now. It says we only need to be here for 20 minutes, but we're going to go to the IHOP up here and get breakfast. What are we at? 800 miles an hour, 202 kilowatts. Okay, this is the Clyde stop, and they've got a picnic area, dog park, I guess. Plenty of superchargers, and we're charged back up to about 95%. And we ate breakfast. So let's plug this back in and get on our way. Oh, I'm gonna wipe the windows off first, get the bugs off the glass. All right, we're ready to go, and when we get to Lubbock, we should have about 30%. Stop at this Cefco here in Post for just a bathroom break, but they're supposed to build superchargers at this one. Probably going to put them back over here, I would think. We're here in Lubbock, behind the Tesla dealer, which I think is closed today. Got 34%. It says we only need to stay here for about 20 minutes. So let's plug in and see what we got. Well, it's zipping up to 900 miles per hour, 215 kilowatts. 20 minutes. We got 35%. Okay, we got 80%. So I plug here. And should get us to Santa Rosa, about 15%. To Santa Rosa. Let's plug in here. And we're going to stay here at the Holiday Inn Express for the night. So, but we'll charge up here. They told us in Lubbock we'd get here with about 13%, but we actually got here with 17%. So I'll fill you in some more later. Just a little update. On this leg of the trip, we drove about 560 miles. So it took about 10 and a half hours of driving today. And right now we're sitting at the hotel superchargers. These are version 2 superchargers. And but I'm getting 148 kilowatts charging right now, so no one else is charging here, so we'll have plenty of juice for the next part of the trip. Had full self-driving on pretty much the whole trip, just a few places that I had to take over on it, but I'm really surprised at how much better full self-driving is right now. We're running this one. This is of course a 2023 Model S, and it's on full self-driving 11.4.4. But last time we made a long trip out to California this direction, we had the Model 3 and it had the older version of full self-driving, and it was really glitchy. And this one has actually been almost really smooth the whole trip. So there's a big improvement. I can't wait till version 12 comes out. but so far it's doing great. Tomorrow's leg of the trip, we're going to Pagosa Springs is where we're going to be staying in Colorado, and it's only going to be about a 5-hour drive from here in Santa Rosa. However, we are going to charge up in Santa Fe and probably spend some time in Santa Fe looking around and shopping, depending on what my wife finds. But so it ought to be a short trip to where we're going tomorrow, but it ought to be pretty interesting. Okay, there's not a lot of places to eat in Santa Rosa, so we ate at the New Mexican restaurant here, Silver Moon, and got fajitas, and they were pretty good. Okay, good morning. Second day of this trip, and it started off overcast, but today the sun's come out. Only going to be in the 60s today, and we're going to stop at this Flying Sea Ranch, which they're supposed to put superchargers in here at some point, but who knows when that's going to happen. Let's go look and see what we can find. No sign of any supercharging yet, but there's plenty of room for some. We are at this Tesla supercharger here in Santa Fe, and right now we have about 50%. Let's see, it says we only need to be here for about 10 minutes, but okay, these are version 2 superchargers, so it only does slower rate, but we're getting 144 kilowatts, about 566 miles an hour. Okay, we got about 87, 88%, so we're gonna unplug here and head on up to Old Town Santa Fe, walk around for a while and do some shopping, and then we'll make our way on up to the Airbnb in Pagosa Springs. While I'm sitting here at a restaurant in Santa Fe, let me give you a tip. Don't drive in Santa Fe, Old Town, especially with your full self-driving on, because the car just wants to go every which way. So the full self-driving has been great until this town. Okay, a little bit of advice. If you're going to plan ahead and bring an umbrella, because there might be a chance of rain, the best thing is don't leave it in the car when you go out walking. It's no good there. We've been caught in the rain and we're trying to make our way back to the car. All right, we made it to Pagosa Springs and got checked into the Airbnb. So we made it with 41%. We're going to unpack our stuff and run to the grocery store, and then I'm gonna go over to the CCS charger and charge up. So I'll let you know how that goes, because it'll be the first time I've used a CCS charger. Here in Pagosa Springs at the CCS charger, and these are charge points. So let me go up here to the front and get my CCS adapter out, and let's see here. Hang on just a second. There we go. We'll try this baby out. See if I can get this thing to work. Okay, I got starting with 40%, and it actually worked good with the credit card. I tried using the ChargePoint app, but it didn't really work real well. So let's see how long this is going to take. It says it's doing it at 160 kilowatts. Let me see what the car actually says. So yeah, it says 145. Oops, going up still. 148 kilowatts. And I should have about 40 minutes. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. All right, well, we're charging up here. There's a walkway over here that goes to the hot springs and the bridge and some things over here downtown. So let me walk around, kill some time, see what there is to do. Okay, it's about 50 degrees and drizzly, but there's people out in the hot springs tubs all along here. So I guess there's things to do if you're crazy enough to do them. Okay, these shows I'm charging is going blue, blinking blue. Over on that one's green, which means it's available. So these do actually both work. They just don't charge very fast. I'm down to about 113 kilowatts right now. Oh, it's down to 106. I don't know. Is what it is. All right, I'm up to 94%. Cost me $16.45 to fill up. So let's see if I can get this thing unplugged here. Oh, good job. All right, let me get this top off, and I'm gonna have to hang up the phone to do that. Well, since driving up here from Texas to Colorado, we had a change in the air temperature and the altitude, so I needed to put some air in the tires. So whipped out the old trusty Tesla tire chargers and filled up some air. Of course, if you're near Durango, you have to take the Durango-Silverton train up through the canyons to Silverton, Colorado. Okay, we drove up to, this is called Mountain Village Superchargers, and they're right by Telluride, and these are in a little parking garage. So we left with about 85% this morning from Pagosa Springs, and we got here with about 33%. So we're gonna fill this up for our trip back down. This is charging here. Okay, it's zipping up to, what is it? 180, 200 kilowatts. $240 kilowatts. Up to 259 kilowatts. Okay, that's pretty good. That's charging pretty good. Well, we're gonna walk around out here. This is probably gonna be the last stop for Tesla charging on my video, so we'll wrap this up a little bit later. The Tesla Superchargers are in a first floor of a parking garage in the little town of Mountain Village, which is just near Telluride. But after you charge up, just park your car and hop on the gondola, which takes you over to Telluride, and it's a free gondola ride. It takes about 15 minutes to get there. So it's really the best way to go. You don't have to worry about finding parking down in Telluride. Okay, for a wrap up, we drove about 1,400 miles and went to, stayed in Pagosa Springs, but we also went all the way up to Telluride. So the car handled great the whole trip. We averaged about 268 watts per mile, so that's a pretty good rate. The car handled well. The autopilot, or the full self-driving, actually worked pretty well. We used it almost the whole time, and not too many glitches like the older versions. There's a few places it didn't read real well, but overall it really was a great help on the drive. I guess the only other thing we have is we're getting ready to head back to Texas, and we'll see you somewhere on the road in the Tesla next. And be sure if you like and subscribe.